Well, today we have a radio station which is on the air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, broadcasting what we call Christian talk radio.
We had just recently moved into the church, to the church building. And I remember Chester Graham, he showed up at the board meeting and said, "Hey, Pastor, I need you to fit something into the agenda tonight." I said, "Okay." So he brought in this gentleman, I believe his name is Raul, if I remember correctly.
He said, "I have gotten the permission to establish a radio station here." He said, and he didn't know the church was here. It's amazing how the Lord put this thing together.
We met with our board, but our board wasn't able to fund it. He wasn't able to fund it, and he basically was losing his construction permit from the FCC.
Long story short, he went his way, we had our board meeting, and on the way home, it just hit me. I remembered that I knew a woman, or I was acquainted with a woman. Her name was Linda. That's what I knew her by.
Linda DeRomanette is a retired physician who has a burden for evangelism, and she has acquired 7 radio stations around the country. She contacted Raul and took over the license. That gave her a year to try to get this station on the air. We explored several locations to put the transmitter.
Like initially they were planning to try and build a pole, and then that didn't work out, and there was these different things, and then they were going to lose it again the second time around because nothing had been done, and then they put a tower on the church just to get a signal out, to keep the station, and that sufficed. And then once they did that, they thought, I think this will work, and they ended up putting the tower permanently on the top of the church.
We didn't know whether we'd get good coverage, but the amazing thing was that it reached out farther than we ever thought it would.
I remember speaking with Linda the first time. She said that I want to let you know that I love Christian music. However, my focus and burden is to get the message out. And our broadcasting is preaching. And it's had results. We've had many people come to the church as a result of listening to the radio station, and now they're getting baptisms there. So
I met Sandra in the cafeteria here at the hospital. She had come for a reunion with the Cancer Center Christmas party. And she said to me, "I am so excited about a radio station that I've been listening to, 91.5. And she said, "I am looking for a group of people to study the Bible with." And so in my mind I said, well, you've come to the right place. And that is when I invited Obed and Coretta and her then boyfriend, and since then her husband, and I started studying the Bible weekly. 1 week here at the hospital, the next week up at the Graham's home.
So that brought the Grahams into our life, and he's like an encyclopedia for the Bible. He's on health questions, on interpretations, and it just woke us both right up.
And that got us onto a quest of finding out who Seventh-day Adventists were. And in turn, that got me looking then for Seventh-day Adventist church.
Shortly after that, we started going to the church up in North Lake. And the first day it was like deja vu. I know these people. It's like family. You talk to anybody about anything and it felt like we belong there.
God has orchestrated this whole thing, having me meet Sandra when I met her, having the church decide to have this wonderful broadcast from their steeple, having David working here. It seems like God has orchestrated all of this, church and hospital coming together to have people come to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ.
We didn't know when we built this church that there was a radio station already available here. They didn't know we were going to build a church here. But the Lord works things out in mysterious ways, and it's just kind of amazing to watch how He works.